All right, welcome to the show, everybody.
Hello, happy New Year. Yes, the tree is still up. I know.
Oh, look at this. Wait. You didn't even let me bag on you about the tree. You preemptively self-depreciated yourself.
Hey, come on. Let's just look. It's still here.
Yeah,
It's still here.
it's okay.
It's coming down this week, but we're just keeping it up for just the last few days, and
I still got the poinsettia. It's still alive. That's that.
nice,
right there.
nice.
I got some other plants. They're off camera though. They're off frame. I got like this little shelf here behind like the sofa tables, like Plant City. So
Well, you got a nice window there. So I'm in the middle of the village. I ain't got nothing. Like my windows is like I'm in between three other buildings.
oh, so you just like stare at somebody else's window. You open it up and there's like
Yeah.
Granny out there hanging her clothes. And you're like,
I open the window and then it's the back alley. So it's
great.
have a good time.
But yeah, man, that's my window. Actually, it's just buildings out there. I can't really see. It's like just, but you got distance. I can actually see some distance because I'm on the 12th floor,
Yeah.
and a lot of the buildings around me are just a hair shorter. So I just see people's rooftops with like clothes hanging on them. But
good.
if I was in one of the other units here, I'd have the most insane view of all of Taipei. But I'm not.
Nice.
I just have to go to the roof for that. I'm on the top floor, so I just walk outside, go upstairs. And,
Oh, so you got like the cheap apartment.
yeah, I got the discount one. So like I kind of played the smart game. I'm like, well, if I want the view, I can just walk up the steps and go check it out anytime I want. And I saved
charge
a
you
lot
extra
of
for
money.
that.
Oh, they charge a lot extra. I mean, it was
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole lot. And like the other units are smaller.
Mhm.
Like the smallest one, there's 4. I've got like I think the biggest, the one diagonal, which is front facing on the building.
Yeah.
It's like tiny 1 bedroom, like tiny, like just a little box,
Right.
and it's a little bit more expensive than mine. Mine's like
It's the
double.
view.
Mine's like two and a
It's the
half
view.
times bigger. It's the view they're paying for.
It's the view.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'll have the comfortable big couch and all the, like I got a king size bed, which is on and a real oven. These are all like not things you normally get in Taipei. So
Yeah, no doubt. Well, happy New Year.
happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, and happy New Year to everybody watching. Thank you for hanging out with us. First show of 2022. Good times.
Yes.
What did you do for New Year's?
Man, I just relaxed. Again, talking about the roof, I've got a view. It's a little bit of distance, probably 4 kilometers away, 3 or 4. But I got a clear shot of Taipei 101. So like all
so
the
you
buildings,
saw
like
that.
basically all the buildings are spread out, and like I have a like absolutely perfect shot of 101 at any time. So I can see like the top 3/4 of the building. So I just walked up to the roof, 1 floor, and sat there like, okay, had a nice little drink, sat there, watched the fireworks because they always do the big fireworks on
Yeah,
101.
yeah.
It was great. The first round went off and it was just like covered in smoke after that. So it was just like colors behind clouds. It was like, oh, okay.
It's all good. I mean, like they canceled the fireworks here.
Really?
Yeah, they canceled the New Year's fireworks, but it didn't deter any of the people in my village though. They were
Yeah.
5 minutes
Oh.
early. They were 5 minutes early.
They're like, we're getting this done early. We're not
5 minutes
waiting.
It was 11:56, and the producer and I were just kind of watching some TV, and because we were gonna call my parents right at 12, and then she was gonna call her parents like a minute earlier, so it kind of goes in, overlaps. We sit down, we look at each other, and we hear this bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, oh, guys, it's 11:56.
We're not there yet. We're not quite there yet. Yeah, there were some premature ones. I went up there earlier. I was like, why are there fireworks over there? But you can
Why
kind of
can't
see.
everybody get their time right?
Yeah.
We're all connected to the internet, okay?
I know. Like we all have phones that are literally like this phone is like on like the atomic time. Like down
Yeah,
it's like precise
exactly.
down to like the microsecond or something. I don't know. And
Oh my goodness.
who knows? Well, anyway, welcome to everybody in chat. I see Stu's, Freedom762, Winky, everybody's back here. It's the usual crew. Welcome on back.
Welcome. Yeah, I decided to stay in as well for New Year's.
Yeah.
Producer still her foot still wasn't 100%. We were invited to the super fancy pantsy, masquerade at the Hyatt.
Mm.
And then it was like, oh, that would have been fun, or not, because like she'd be on her foot in heels for hours. It would not have been a good time. So yeah, we
Smart play.
decided to skip on that one. So we just stayed home and made some food, and right at 12, texted you and Masaki
Yep.
and Scott and some of our other close friends, and I think that was it. Then we just watched The Witcher, and then that was it.
Yeah, I came down and we were watching. What did I watch? So wait, what was it? It was a Korean show. It was the Silent Sea.
Right.
Have you
Oh,
watched
I
that
know
one?
which one.
Yeah, the Silent Sea.
I
It's
know which one
the
it is.
it has some of the actors from Squid Game in it.
Right.
And
I
it
think
takes
I know which one.
place
Yeah.
on a moon base. Like, so it's like in the future, the world's in like this unbelievable drought. They're rationing water and they're going up to get this experiment that was left there on this abandoned moon base from 5 years ago.
Right.
So it's a little bit of survival horror. Like, it kind of felt Resident Evil-ish at one point and a little bit of a mystery at another. And I don't know, it's pretty good. Actually, quite well done, like always. I'm kind of hooked on these Korean like shows. The other one was, what was that other one? The semi-religious one where the demons show up and take you away.
Korean.
Yeah, that was like a really good one. It was. I just watched it on Netflix as well. It's like Hellbound, Hell something. I forget what it's called. Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah, something like that. Yep. So yeah,
So what
Hmm?
are you drinking for the first show then?
first show, I don't know. I was gonna do nothing. I was actually gonna be like lazy and just like, hey, I'm doing water. I'm trying to be healthy this new year.
Yeah.
Like, got a new haircut, got a new everything. Got like trying to get the gym, but I had to stop. Got me a little Korean soju.
Nice.
Got the lychee flavored one because hey, I'm a BWG, and gonna get the flavored one. But it was pretty cool because like I should have unwrapped it on camera. Like it literally was like this with like a plastic wrap over the whole thing, and it
So fancy.
came with a proper glass.
It's
with these
glass.
adorable little cats. I don't know if you guys. There you go. You can kind of see like the cat on it and like food chopsticks. I don't know. So anyway, so I'm being a basic white girl over here and drinking me some
It's all good.
fruit flavored 10% something or other.
I'm drinking a cup of Joe. It's made a cup of coffee, man.
It's like wherever else is watching, I'm not sure, but here it's like 9:40 in the evening, so coffee's
It
gonna
doesn't
keep you up.
affect me. It is just a flavored drink to me at this point.
Well, it's all the pre-workout you take, I'm sure.
Yes, that has ruined me, like for good. Like when I first kind of dabbled, is it good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Nice. When I first dabbled in pre-workout, I started with Muscle Farm, their Black Series, which is per serving had about like 20 or so milligrams of caffeine.
20, that's it?
Yeah, that's about 20-ish.
Really low.
Then I went up to Bucked Up, which had what was it? It was no. It wasn't 20. It was like 250.
200, yeah, because like
200.
the one I
Sorry.
take's like 300 and something per scoop.
It's been a while, yeah. So it's 200 and 250 milligrams per serving. Then I went up to Bucked Up, which is about 280 something on their normal. Then I drink their high stim, which is 333. And so like I'm like stuck with the high stimulant pre-workout.
When you purge, man, you need to go on that caffeine cleanse.
Dude, it's so good. Like it's so good, but it's so bad for you because like for those of you guys who've never had pre-workout, I will describe it to you like this. when I had this very high stimulant pre-workout, I mixed it, and they tell you like 8 to 10 ounces of water, so it's quite concentrated as well when you drink it. So my dumbass, I shotgunned my pre-workout. So what it is was I was in a hurry, so I just took a scoop out of the container, put it in my mouth,
and then I dry scooped.
Yeah. and I just squished it around my mouth a little bit. Works like a charm. I do this before I play football or before we play games too. It's great. But so I drink it, and this is the feeling you get. First, your pupils kind of dilate, uncomfortably large. Your eyelids want to roll to the back of your eyes, and so your eyes are super focused, and then you start to get this tingly, itchy feeling at your fingertips and your face and
your ears, like everything, your whole body, especially if your extremities get this tingle. That's the beta alanine in it. It does that.
Yeah, it's expanding your capillaries and pumping blood into places you didn't think blood would go to.
Yeah.
And then you get this weird feeling of you feel uncomfortably energetic.
Yes.
I had a motorcycle.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. I had a motorcycle drive by, and all I wanted to do is like, man, I can race that thing. I can run. I can race it. That
I can
was my
take it.
first thought. I was like, I can race it. Yeah. And you
Oh,
know, to be honest, if you get a really good pre-workout, it is as advertised.
you can
You
feel the
can
hair
get
grow in your ears. Like
you
that's
can
the
get
best
a
way to
couple more
describe it for
reps in.
me.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can definitely get a couple more reps in.
Mm.
You definitely feel better about lifting heavier, pushing yourself harder, like the good ones. I mean, don't get whatever off-brand one you get, because sometimes they don't mix their blend good enough. And then because when you have so much caffeine in your body, your body just can't handle it, and you kind of get moody, and like you go through
Yeah. Or
withdrawal.
you get uncomfortable. What I do is actually I've got two of them. I've got a where are we getting we're talking about our topics are always crazy. I have one that's like a 300 milligram. Yeah, Universal Soldier. Now I get the reference, and that's the crazy part because that's like I'm dating myself now. The
Dude, I know
Universal
that one.
Soldier.
Van Damme. Come on.
Yeah, with Van Damme and what is it? Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
I get like a high. One of mine's like a high stimulant,
Yeah.
like the platinum top of the line, like with all the good stuff in it. And then the other one I have is a stimulant free version. So it's like beta alanine
Yeah.
and a bunch of other stuff, but no caffeine in it.
Yeah.
So I mix them on like late night like this. I'll do a 50-50 blend so I can take
Yeah.
my caffeine level down
Mhm.
and still get that
Still
crazy
keep-
tingly
still keep that,
feeling,
yeah.
get the extra pump. But I found when I blend it, I mean, I get super warm. You also think as a side effect, you'll sweat like crazy.
Oh yeah, you're shedding water weight. I think every single one of the pre-workout formulas, they're designed for even when you're not in motion, when you're stationary, it pumps water out of you. Like
Yeah.
you're just sitting there sweating the bead.
You'll feel really warm.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like drugs.
How much for one
You
can?
know.
I mean, it's these tiny little jars, this little scoop, and you're like, this little scoop can't do it. And you take it and you're like, it really does help though. I mean,
So-
not to really get into it for somebody. I mean, I'm
For sure.
newbie-ish, a year into weights and stuff.
Yeah.
It really does push you, lets you. You're right.
Yeah.
For me, on the nights, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll skip, maybe I don't. I'm just like, okay, if I just go take this,
Yeah.
I'm committed.
You go take it. You're going.
I'm committed,
You're going.
and then you're like, all right, I got it. I got that little extra to push me over the edge and just go, like you said, that uncomfortable energy. Like,
Yeah.
I need to work this out.
You really need to work it out too. I mean, like when you get to a point where, I mean, if you kind of take regular ones, going in, I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about resolutions. Everybody's resolutions always wanted to be fit, right?
Right. There's a tie-in on this,
and,
for sure.
and we'll definitely expand on this later. But like, for example, like if you take a regular pre-workout, maybe something that's not like high stimulant or anything, it does help you move, and it does give you a bit of motivation. But more importantly, you need to work it out of your system, because like it's there, and then you will feel a little bit uncomfortable. Like you need to sweat it out.
You do. You need to get it out. I mean, I think that's the best way. I've taken it and I try to do it and this says like take it like 20 to 30 minutes, and that's about what it takes to kick in. I've sometimes taken it, and there's been a couple times where I'm like, oh, and I got to get some late night work done, or something distracts me.
Yeah.
And I'm like an hour in on it, and I'm just like, oh, I don't feel good. I feel like uncomfortable at this point. And you can't feel better until you go work out.
Yeah.
I don't know about running. I've never used it for like cardio days. I've only used it for like weight days.
What I do is like when I was doing a lot of weight reduction, when I first started doing it, what I did was I would start my workout with a run. So with like a 25-minute kind of HIIT kind of thing on the treadmill. So what I would do is I would take it before I get on the treadmill. So what that does is it pumps my heart rate, my blood, get the circulation going. It works the pre-workout faster into my bloodstream. So the moment when I'm on the treadmill, like you'll know it'll hit, and you're like, all right, now it's time to go do weights.
Yeah.
Like you will just know, because like for people, another feeling that I get is, when you drink a little too much and you're trying to strain your eyes open, right, to stay awake and force your pupils to focus. That's what you feel like as well when you drink like very high stimulant pre-workout.
I have trouble focusing my eyes.
Yeah.
Like I do
like you'll
that
have
for
trouble
sure.
focusing your eyes, but then your mental clarity is like you're doing this workout for an hour and a half, you don't even know it.
You're done. You're like, wait,
Yeah.
was that an hour and a half? Like you really, it does make it sail by. Yeah. I mean, we're both pitching. We don't have any,
No.
We don't have a pre-workout sponsor yet.
I was signed up with Bucked Up for quite some time.
Oh, you were?
I had a
Oh.
promo code with Bucked Up for quite
man.
some time. And to this day, I still wear their stuff and use their stuff. It's the #1 pre-workout brand that I would recommend. It is a company based out of Utah. They're very good. They use deer antler extract.
Oh.
So it also helps
Hence the
increase
Bucked
libido.
Up.
Yeah. So it also increases libido for
okay.
men. It does work, like in every way. It's very clean. It tells you exactly what's in it. Everything is microfiltered, and it's the best high stimulant pre-workout I've had with no crash at the end.
Not a commercial.
Not a commercial. I'm just letting you know. This
That was like the ultimate sales pitch,
yeah.
too.
This is my experience I've had with them for about, oh, goodness gracious, 4 years now.
Wow.
About using them. Yeah.
They most of them all. If you get the good stuff, most of them all cost about the same. They're kind of
Yeah. I mean, if you think about with the shipping included, like you get to Hong Kong, it would be like about $500.
Oh
so,
yeah, it's crazy expensive. So
500 Hong Kong, right? So like, I mean, it's like $50, 40 or so, $50. So the high stim, and then you put the shipping cost on that. You can just search Instagram for a promo code. Any of these influencers got one, then you get 20% off. So you'll be okay.
Yep. Ho Chi Minh was like, quick choice: Red Bull versus Monster.
If you're since you're in Hong Kong, I would prefer Monster.
Are we frozen? Or are we good?
I'm like on the screen. I'm good here.
Like you're actually watching okay? Because it's like weird freeze on my side.
Yeah, I'm okay on my side.
Cool. As long as you're good on the stream, you can see the stream. So
yeah.
Okay.
So Ho Chi Minh, since you're in Hong Kong, for Hong Kong, if it's just a straight up energy drink, like you just want to drink it just to kind of wake up a little bit, like I'll go drink Monster instead of Red Bull. Red Bull I find is like a way sweeter, fruitier kind of thing. That I prefer drinking Red Bull as a mixer instead of an energy drink. Hey, look, I'm just saying.
I like kind of like I got a Red Bull. That's usually what I'll go to for if I have a choice. Like, is something to drink like that. Monsters are hit or miss. Like the Green Monster, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of the flavor of Green Monster. Some of their other flavors are good, like their mango one.
Oh yeah, Mango Loco is great.
Now it's a totally different one. They have it here too, which is so good.
They have the pink can Monster, which I think
Pipeline Punch.
Fruit Punch. Yeah, Pipeline Punch. And then their Mango Loco is also really good. So these two, these are like currently right now. I need to cut this out of my pre-workout regimen because there's so much sugar in it. But right now, since I don't have any pre-workout on me, I don't want to finish the one I'm having right now because it's very negative on my mood and I don't like it. The producer, she will tell you about it if we ever get to meet up. Yeah, she doesn't like it when I'm on that, and I don't like it when I'm on that too. Makes me unnecessarily aggressive.
Oh no.
So, yeah, I don't like it. But working out, it's definitely, I would say, the pink one, the Pipeline Punch.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see what's going on. I don't know why. Something's going with the stream for me.
It's completely fine on my side.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird. Yeah, like the little preview little window here, it's like just spinning like it's broken. So as long as you're seeing the stream, as long as you can see us talking and doing our thing, we're good. All right.
Yeah. Well, with that workout topic set, I'm sure we're going to touch on this as well because that's always part of people's resolutions, and we want to help you kind of get into that, because I think you've kind of started, and I've seen your results.
I've waited too late in my life, man. I mean, I did spin bike for a while back when I was in the States before I moved here. I did some light working out here and there, but I never got serious about it. And I always, you watch all these videos and like how they're like, hey, you really got to do this. And I'm like, don't preach to me, old man. Like that kind of, like you can't tell me what to do. And then I started doing it. I'm like, God, I feel better. Like, negative effect, I had to go buy all new clothes. I mean, like legitimate all new clothes because I lost a ton of weight and then I gained the weight back for kind of, but like you gain muscle weight back. So your clothes just shrink down and your clothes really don't change except for your shoulders. Yeah. So like none of my clothes fit. Like all my stuff I put on, like I was digging out my old jackets and stuff and I was like, oh, cool. This is my old Tad Gear jacket. I put it on. I was like, it's like I'm wearing a trash bag. This thing used to fit me. What the heck? It's like, it's just huge.
Mm.
Yeah, Death by Peloton. Exactly. I did Peloton. Um, it was just one of those weird things that it's like, wow, this really did change a lot. And I feel like it's a life changer. It really is. And it's something I
Yeah.
wish I would have done so much sooner in my life. I'm kicking
Hmm.
myself. I'm like, God, when I was 30, I could have been doing this and then have been like, you know, way better off. But
Yeah, for sure. So, 2021.
mm,
Let's get into our first topic of the day. 2021. Derailed. Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think 2021 was just I don't know, kind of like a sad continuation of so many things from 2020.
It
What were some
is.
of the things that kind of went off the rails for you for this one? I mean, if you're talking about the grand scheme of like
Okay.
resolution wise.
Sure. Scheme resolutions. Actually, it would have been two. I had a resolution, if you want to say, I would say continuation of my derailment. In 2020, I made a resolution to myself that every single month I would go travel to somewhere new, new city, new country, new something for an extended weekend. That was kind of my thing. And I was like, okay, cool. This beer bug thing's going to be ending. I'll go, and then try to bring that back. Didn't work. So that was still, I would say, an ongoing resolution. Of course, now, I mean, for those of you that follow the show, I've started a whole new company and I've got all kinds of like craziness going on. So, there's a lot of great things, a lot of positive things that have happened.
Right.
But we can talk about positive later. But for negative, I still would like to travel. There's so many fantastic places that, I mean, living here in Asia, I'm a short 2 or 3 hour flight away from.
Mm,
And
so true.
I still have not been able to go. And it's been just like, oh, I really want this before, like I'm traveling back and forth like to the States more often. I may be doing like 50-50 time split. And, I need to like, gosh, like, and before I'm neck deep, in, running a huge distribution company, which I'm already almost neck deep anyway, it's just one of those things. So I'd say the biggest one that got derailed is still the continuation of my sabotaged 2020 resolution of travel.
Oh,
I mean, I got like 2 trips under my belt. I
yeah.
got to go to the Philippines. I got to go to Vietnam, and then after that, just croaked out. What else? I don't know. You take the next one. I'll think of my next one that may have got
Yeah,
derailed.
I don't know. Like 2020 was kind of like a weird year because like strangely, it's so funny that we're still talking about 2020, but strangely 2020 has personally it's been a good year for me. Like I've got good stuff at work, day job's been taken off in unexpected ways but successful. um but and that's kind of led into this year. So this year, like for 2021, uh, I've kind of like I think I've just kind of retempered my expectations, right? Like I kind of had the same thing as you, like, oh, the beer bug is gonna go away soon, everything should be all right. We should be able to get back up to travel. And then maybe it's a little bit better where you are in terms of um, the hopefulness of the situation. Here, it's a little less so. I hate to put it that way, but it really is true.
It's
Um,
yes and no. We'll talk about it.
yeah, I don't know. Like,
Huh? Are we still
best thing
going?
that I can do. Yeah, the
Okay,
best thing
good.
that I
So
can
back
do.
alive.
Yeah, okay, good. The best thing I can do, I feel like, is just to kind of be optimistic. Because if we just kind of keep thinking about the negativity, we're just gonna lose our minds.
Yeah.
So 2021, actually, I just set some very simple goals for myself. Get my stupid driver's license sorted out. I want to start my Japanese lessons, and basically I wanted to go back. I wanted, to be able to play a proper, game, football again. That didn't happen because, hey, we still can't do like big team sport events
I know. I
yet.
remember because like the last time, like one of the last times we hung out, you were here
Yeah,
with
exactly.
your
We were-
team
Yep.
playing a game, and that was
Yep.
that was the last time I watched live American football. God, that was fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so for me, the few goals that I set out, other than the fact that we can't do the football thing, has worked out all right. I'm not complaining. Things have kind of turned out okay for me this 2021. 2022 though, I do want to. I think going into like our next topic, but I think maybe I can start this one and I can kick it back to you. 2022, I think I want to be able to get out of Hong Kong for a little bit. Like just like I want to be able to go and travel.
Stretch your
If
legs.
yeah, if it means I got to take a hit one way or another, I have a little bit of money put away. I feel like it's high time, whether
Yeah.
it's going back to the US and seeing my family, or just kind of go somewhere closer, to Japan and, see Masaki and just, friends over there. It's just like, I feel like, I think it's time to kind of plan something.
I know. God, we always say, we'd always, somehow Misaki ends up as the topic on the show. Japan has become such a huge part of
Yeah.
our whole circle of friends group here, like our lives. Just because we have a good friend there. There's just so many things we enjoy there. It's like, it's really worth it. For me, 2022, looking forward, I will be going back stateside unless something unforeseen happens, which seems to be the norm in the past 2 years. So I'm gonna try to make it back in spring. To go to the States. I got to see my family, my parents, my sis, my niece, my nephew, the crew there, for my new company. Make the rounds, visit, customers, visit all the different people that I've known in this industry, the industry I'm in, and just in a different capacity. Obviously not going to the big event, the show this year. I don't think, the way it's looking, SHOT Show may not be much of anything right now.
I still swear to God, I bet they're kicking themselves in the butt that they re-signed that long, like, what is they doing, 10 more years with the Sands?
No
I
way.
bet they wanted to cancel that and move it to Florida. I
Yeah.
swear. It would have been so much better if they did that.
Yep. So you got
man.
that. I don't know about you. I mean, obviously Germany, there's no way Europe's happening in March. That's just no way. But like I said, I'm looking late March, probably at this point, April, to get stateside. So hopefully that, and I'm stay there for a while, like 3-4 weeks or longer.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, you're gonna have to go through a weird quarantine situation coming back, so might as well stay there
exactly.
longer.
If I'm going
Right?
to take the quarantine hit, I at least want it to be, worth
That's
it.
exactly my thoughts too. Like I want to be able to just say, just gonna go, maybe either Japan or the US. Just be like, look, I'm gonna be there for a month, right? And then that's not including quarantine time. And then come back. If I gotta come back and get stuck, like Herman's in the chat, and if Hong Kong keeps its 21-day policy, I might as well. I might as well just stay there longer and then come back. I'll just take the hit.
Yeah, plus, I know what you do for a living. I mean, depending on what your boss, not to get too deep down that rabbit hole, it might be something you could do where you can be out of country for a while and still continue what you're doing. I mean, because there's a lot, it's all around.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Good luck.
At the end of the day, it just kind of gets down to how we work this out. I'm pretty sure, like, if I have like a sit down kind of heart to heart with them, say, look, man, like, I haven't seen my family and like it's going on 2 years now.
Same.
Yeah,
Same,
it's going on 2 years now. I missed my dad's 60th birthday. I missed my niece's first-year-old birthday. Well, I missed her second too. So I don't want to miss that again. Right? I missed my little sister's college graduation, and there's only so many of these that you can miss.
Yeah, it's funny. I missed my niece's high school graduation. So that's like our age gap here.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in her second year of uni now, so but yeah.
Herman says Penny Bay crew for the win. So Penny Bay is where the Hong Kong has their mandatory government quarantine facility.
Oh, it sounds like a prison.
Yeah.
Penny Bay.
Well,
Penny Bay sounds like the name of a prison.
Well,
now that you mention it.
Well, I mean, what is Australia calling it? International quarantine facilities. It's a camp.
It's a camp.
It's a camp. Let's just call it what it is. So that's where Hong
we said
Kong
that, and all of a
theirs.
sudden I hear sirens. I'm like, they're coming for me.
Man, they're quick.
They are fast. My agent that watches me, the agent assigned to me, man, he's good. He's really on to me.
I don't know. I think the agent that's assigned to me, I think he gave up.
He's just like,
He's like, man, I don't know, these Google searches, is it part of like your job, or like it's just like, oh wow.
Yeah, wow. You get some random text. Yo, bro, might want to delete that search history
Yeah,
from a friend. Huh?
from a friend.
What?
Dude, I remember watching a video about some lady was getting harassed by some dude through like the Ring?
Ring. Oh, the
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
camera app and
Yes.
the doorbell app. Yeah.
Yeah. Some dude was harassing, some Ring operator creep was harassing this lady through her Ring and then actually
So
speaking
he
into
worked.
the,
So he worked
yeah,
at like the Ring corporate.
yes.
Oh,
It was either through Ring or either one of these. It was like she was being
Ring or Nest or
watched,
something like that.
one
Yeah.
of these, and then she was being watched,
Creepy.
and then he would actually speak into the mic through her machine and tell her to do things, and she was losing her mind.
Oh my God.
It was just so
That's like a
creepy.
massive privacy thing.
Oh yeah, man.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. Like I was listening to like a podcast, and they're saying, yeah, this was several years ago, and they had like a big lawsuit about it. And like,
I'm sure
oh
they've
my,
locked that system
oh,
down
oh
now.
yeah,
Because I know
oh
they had
yeah.
like some kind of monitoring and all that. Yeah, who knows?
I think it's like a one way now. Like if anything happens, like it's one way and it can't go the other way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't know. But like yeah, it was kind of creepy.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see. 2022 for me. Continue my workout plan. I'm this year. I've been doing kind of the build-ish bulk. Not a dirty bulk, but a decently clean bulk. Because I did a huge cut, dropped way down. So I went from I don't want to tell you up in the 80s, way up in the 80s, down to like 74. I think was my
Are you talking about
lowest.
kilograms?
Yeah, kilos.
Sorry, I can't think.
Sorry,
in kg.
yeah, man.
Because
I haven't measured my.
I cannot think in kg.
I haven't measured myself in pounds in a long time. So I was like in the 80s, like I was close to 100. I was like, dude, I was in the 190s in pounds. I was up in the 190s.
Yeah, I was
6 foot.
I was there.
I was 6 foot. I'm
in
190s.
Yeah.
Like I was like, ooh, I'm getting close to that 2 mark. Whoa, and it didn't
Yeah.
really show on me because I'm 6 foot, so it's like, I can hide it
Yeah.
decently well. But
This is 200 pounds with like what 35% body fat. Not good.
Not good. No
This
bueno.
is not the good 200.
Yeah, and so I cut myself way down. I got down to 74, which is what, 170 pounds. So I dropped
good.
20, 25, 20, something like that. And then I've been building back up. I'm kind of back to 80, and I cut a couple, some 175. I think at 175 is where I'm at. 176. I'm at like 82 now. So I'm 170, high 170s. You make me do kilos to pound conversion, man. It's still
Sorry,
fun.
like I can't think about
Public school here, right? In the States.
I still can't do it.
I can
still
do
can't
it, man. I can do this the Celsius Fahrenheit also. But so now I'm trying to get cut back. So like now it's eating like it's so cliche. It's so we said we're like basic here. I almost called the show basic. That it's like okay, I want to cut down. So I'm doing watch my calories, still doing the weight, still doing everything right. And I'm trying to be healthy as I got my bottle of this with me.
Hey, you know what? Hard liquor is better than beer. I'm just saying.
True. I've been cut out beer a long time ago, and I couldn't feel better. To be honest, one of the best things, and I will share this with you guys out there if you're like on the beer kick, just drop the beer. Absolutely drop the beer. There's like I don't know, at least for me, like a bloat and just like a horrible feeling. Like a lot of bad juju that came
that's
with
very true.
the unhealthy gut because I don't know, it's just a lot of things. So I've switched to trying to stick with rice-based alcohol, like vodkas, things like that. Or doing like Stu saying, hey, switching from beer to scotch. Yeah, because one, the pocketbook's gonna save you. So I couldn't tell you, like I've had a couple beers for the show, but every time I drink one, I feel like crap afterwards.
Yeah.
I really do.
Like I can't do it that much beer anymore too. Like I like drinking beer. That's the thing. Like I love drinking a cold beer, and there's something about it, man. But like I just can't drink beer as much as I used to anymore. That's for sure. Like that's for sure. I prefer definitely my sake, my bourbons, more of the harder stuff.
Got my scotch right here.
Yeah. Of course, the producers in the chat saying, beer is too good to drop. Yeah, not everybody has a metabolism like you.
Yeah. Miss 10% body fat over there.
miss, I haven't done anything because my foot is hurt for the last like 4 months.
And still at 10% body fat. Yeah, still at 10% body fat. Oh. But yeah, the for me, it's like I said, just making some mild changes. I found that I can't drink a lot of hard liquor, so it's good.
Hmm.
I also do like we do like the Chuhai stuff. I found that's better,
Yeah.
even though it's because it's usually like some kind of like a vodka
Hmm.
inside of a fruit, and it doesn't have. It's really the yeast that lives in the beer, especially the cloudier beers and the darker beers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Again,
I
it's
think
so good after
I
practice, but
know
like
they're
I
so
can't do
great,
it.
but it's just a sacrifice, right? So I've been
Yeah,
trying to
it
cut
is. It
that.
really is.
I've been trying to be healthier on my eating because I just got to really to cut a little bit. You just got to change your diet. I can
Hmm.
don't have to change anything but my diet at this point
Yep.
to lose those few. I'm kind of in maintenance. I've been just hovering. I mean, no matter what I do, I just kind of float at my same weight now. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, travel more. I definitely go and see the fam. That's super important for 2022 for me. Just I think a lot of us have been locked to where we are, especially those of us that live outside of our home countries or
Yeah.
have family that live, around the world or somewhere else across a border. But I think travel for recreation is just probably gonna be on the back burner for a bit. I mean, when I'm in the States, I'm gonna take my producer like maybe go to Vegas or Orlando or something like that. Like do Disney or
For sure. For
Universal. Like
sure.
just
For sure.
find a good excuse, like get away
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Because I got to head down to Jacksonville, Florida. I've got to be on the West Coast, probably Cali. So I mean, like either one, both
Hmm.
pretty much work. You're close enough at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, just continue what I'm doing. Continue growing, focus on the company, focus on health, focus on physical well-being, trying to put the right food in my body as best I can. I mean, heck yeah, I still have pizzas and stuff.
Oh yeah. Come on. You got to
Pasta.
do it once in a while.
But yeah, man. I mean, I hate to say it, like it sounds like a broken record. Like most of this, eat healthy, yeah, but that's really it this year.
Yeah. Just keep on keeping on. I mean, I think that's more or less the same thing for me too. Like right now, I'm like fitness wise, I think I'm doing okay. Like to be honest, I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy with where I'm at. December's been a pain in the butt because so much going on with New Year's and Christmas, and then we also have Chinese New Year's coming up in February. So January, this month right now, is the only time I'm able to kind of get on it. And but it's okay
Are you
because
playing? You're not playing right now, are you?
well, here's the thing: like we still practice every week. We still practice every Sunday.
But if you're practicing once a
Also,
week, you could go through a cut right now.
yeah, I could, but I can't. Masaki just showed up. We have summoned him. Masaki, Strong Zero is so far from a healthy drink choice.
We're talking like in comparison, in moderation. We're not saying healthy drink.
I mean, it's got fewer calories than beer.
True.
So it's healthy in my books.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I mean, cool, man. Like you can go through a cut.
Yeah. So actually, what I'm doing now is I'm maintaining actually a healthy bulk,
Okay.
because what I have okay, forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, I have to explain as to why I have to do this because now I get a little bit of the weeds of playing American football in the position I play. So essentially, I'm a hybrid linebacker. That means I am the linebacker that can play off zone coverage. That means I can run and do a bunch of running stuff and stop the run, or I can play on the line as a kind of hybrid defensive end. So I hit a lot up front, or I hit later
Yeah.
when I have to stop the running back.
So let me translate real quick. Mark go run fast. Mark go hit people hard. He has
Yes,
to do
exactly.
both.
I have to
So
do both.
that's why you got to carry your weight. I
Yeah.
know.
So I have to carry about so right now I'm sitting at about 200 to 205 pounds. So ideally, I can kind of carry my 205 to about 210. That's ideally where I want to be. Maybe I can. I was sitting at about 13% body fat, which is about perfect. 13 to 15% body fat for what I do is absolutely perfect. You don't want to be too dry or too lean because you run the risk of getting hurt.
Yeah.
Because it's just you have no fat on your muscles. You get hit once, you'll pop something, right? It's just gonna happen.
Need some cushion for the pushing.
You do need a little bit of cushion. I I have to get hit way too many times. So right now I'm doing okay in that regard, but I do want to drop a little bit of the Christmas, the holiday weight, from December. So hopefully that's that. I do have a plan though. When I eventually stop playing football, then I can kind of just up the cardio a little bit, come down a little bit in size because, man, like carrying this much weight on my body frame, it's tiring sometimes, man. Like walking upstairs is not as easy. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah. I know,
Yeah.
man. Like you gotta like that's the problem with your playing. You gotta balance that out. Well, when you finally retire, you can lean up a little bit if you want.
Yes, like when I finally retire, I can again just come down a little bit on this on the bulk, kind of drop a little bit of pounds, just get more trim, just look fit, and that's kind of where I'm going.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm okay with where I'm at. Just kind of keep on keeping on, keep on working on the shoulders and the chest. And this is most important. I feel like just as a dude, you have to have your chest, you have to have your shoulders. Don't forget leg day. You know,
Trap,
yeah,
shoulder, chest, and don't skip legs.
yeah,
That's
and
it.
don't skip
Well, and
legs.
lats. You gotta do lats too. You gotta get that
Yeah,
V, man. You can't be like
yeah,
straight down. You gotta have that angled in.
yeah. That
So
little bit of that
yeah,
right here.
that's it.
Yeah,
As long as you get the V shape, I mean, that's what is considered desirable. V-shaped, tapered
yeah,
body.
yeah,
So, and that's where you want to build the shoulders, lats, traps, like that. You can do like pretty much 4 exercises. You can do
yeah,
pull-ups, you can do shoulders, you can do some trap, like just some shrugs, and just do some upper I would actually, if you're gonna do bench press, not to get too deep into that, I found that incline bench far better. Just build that.
yeah.
It builds all across those hard
Builds
to
up
build
here.
upper. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we can talk about that as
We
well.
can have
I
a whole
mean,
workout episode. Like
yeah.
I'm still a noob. I'm totally a noob. I'm not the
Oh
kind of
yeah.
you're the guy to give the workout advice. I'm not the
I
guy
mean,
to give the best.
since we're talking about resolutions, I'm sure everybody on the resolution always wants to get fit.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem I feel like a lot of us have is when we go to the gym, we go in there and we're like, man, two things happen. One, these guys are huge. I feel so, so tiny, so insignificant. And the second thing is that you just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right. So to be honest, like you touched on it a little bit, John, like basically the 4 exercises, right? So your shoulders, your traps, your chest, and then your legs. Notice we didn't necessarily say biceps or triceps. The chances are when you're moving all those weights,
Mm-hmm.
the plates, you'll get work done on them. If you want to
Yeah.
add that in, that's completely fine. But what you can do alternatively, if you want to set yourself, let's say you only want to work out Monday through Friday, right? So you can do upper body on one day, which is basically you're going to be your chest, your shoulders, and your lats, and then lower body, which is just leg day the next day. And every day, Monday through Friday, you do abs. So you do at least, three sets of 100 crunches, and then maybe you do leg
Whoa.
lifts.
Start off slower. Start with a lower,
The thing is like the
do what you
reason why
can
I
at
said
first. I'll tell you what, man, I started doing, man, for abs. It's savage. It's on YouTube, and it's called 6-Minute Brutal Abs. It's this tiny little blonde girl. This video, I mean, I guarantee you, man, if I haven't done it in a few weeks, my abs will cramp. Like straight up hardcore, like full on like lockdown cramp on me. Like,
yeah.
I have to like extend myself. This is the most savage ab workout you can possibly do in 6 minutes. And it took me a long time to get to the point where I could finish it. But it's just
Oh yeah.
6-minute brutal abs. Like literally, you'll Google it. There's some little blonde girl who has like skinny legs, skinny arms, and like an 8-pack. The most massive 8-pack. Like she's like no muscles are developed except for this. Like her core is like, huh. And she she just goes through it like it's nothing, and you're just there dying on the floor. Try that. Do one of those.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, for your core workouts. What I found, man, I'll be honest with you. One thing's been great for me on the phone. I watch a YouTuber. The YouTube channel is called How to Beast. It's called David. What's the name? It's David De Los Moranes, I think, is the guy who runs the channel. I make no money on this. I always say he has an app called Beastly. The channel's called How to Beast, and you would think like, oh, it's like sad, like Beast Bro workout. He kind of does vlog style videos. They're kind of entertaining. He's a certified personal trainer. His fiance, she's also like a fitness model type, and they own a couple companies. And he's created an app. And I will honestly tell you, I've tried a lot of these fitness apps. And like, it costs money. It's like a 2-week free trial, Beastly app. Again, I don't make any money. I'm not going to give you some link to it. You can find it's on your app store. It's on Apple. It's on Google. It's on all that stuff. By far the best app, hands down, for doing weights. You can do a body weight. He has body weight programs. He has like just home dumbbell program, which I use. I'm going to be switching to the gym finally. I mean, I did all this with just a bench and some dumbbells and a pull-up bar. That's it. I'm finally going to be going into the gym hardcore this year. Once the January crowd gets out of there and everybody burns out of their resolutions.
Yeah.
762 says, came back to hear about John talking about an 8-pack girl. So this app is I will honestly tell you, for somebody who's been using it now, I've been through three full 3 month cycles with him on this, and it is by far the best app. It does progressive overloading each weight. It gives you the proper rest time between each one. It's super easy to use. It has a meal planner if you want to do it. I don't. By far awesome, like absolutely awesome. And it carries your weight over. If you start another program, it'll carry your weight and say, hey, start with this weight. Like, so you know exactly what weight you need to be doing every single week. It takes all, like you said, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like $9 a month or something, US. It's under $10. Just get it. Walk in the gym. That way, when you walk in, you're like, and each exercise has a video you can play. Like, here's how to do this exercise. Here are the tips. Here's what you don't do so you don't hurt yourself. It's so easy. And that way you don't walk in the gym and you're like, Mark said, super intimidated by dudes who are like freaking jacked, looking like Mr. Olympia in there.
Yeah. These monsters out there, man. Let me tell you, like, it is quite intimidating. Even when I switched gyms, you know, I went from my gym that's close to the house, my house here. And then I switched to the gym I'm at right now. And then like I go there. Here is just a bunch of enthusiasts. The gym that I work out now actually has people who compete for bodybuilding.
Oh.
And like the sea change. I mean, God, I loved it. I mean, you know, it just, you know, when I see somebody that much better, it motivates me in that way.
It's competitive
so,
nature
like,
in you.
yeah,
You're competitive and it drives you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like for me, that has been a great thing for me. I've increased like a size and a half just by switching gyms. And so yeah, you know, don't worry, like guys, it's check out that app that Jono was talking about. You know, the most important thing is like be consistent. I think consistency is like the number one thing in fitness. Is like if you set yourself a goal, just don't give yourself an excuse, because your brain is going to give you such excellent reasons to not go in today.
You have a million reasons not to do it and only one real reason to do it. Like when I started jumping rope, it took like a month and a half to start. Like I was literally getting disappointed because I wasn't seeing like really any progress. And then like a month and a half in, it's just like the body's like, oh, fine, all right, we'll start losing weight if that's what you're trying to do. And it just kicked in.
Yeah.
And then it was the same with weights, especially if you've never been to the gym before. Like newbie gains are so real. So if you're going to lose first, do what I did, drop your weight. And then when you get to the gym, you're going to start going up. And it's like about a month and a half in, you're going to be like looking in the mirror going, yo, what happened?
I have a chest? What is this?
Like I got shoulders and like this, you know, and I still see changes. Like I'm still kind of like in the first year, right? So I'm still getting those newbie gains. Like, and I'm to the point now where like, oh crap, I got to stop the shoulders. I'm going to outgrow my t-shirts. You know, it's like, I got to slow things down. So
for sure.
But don't be discouraged. I mean, it takes
a
month and a half of, I'm talking like, I do my weights 3 times a week. That's it. I mean, I could definitely be like you and do the 5-day-a-week thing. I could be way more serious, but
yeah. I mean, give you guys an example. When I first joined Red Wolf, I was kind of at my day job. I was kind of like where Jono was. I was 196 pounds. I was overweight. There's a picture on my Instagram, you know, when I first started, and then like end of 2019.
You're probably in the 30 or 30% body fat range, like I was.
Way
in the 30s. Yeah,
way there.
Yeah,
and you know, to be honest, it took me 3 months to lose all the weight. A very brutal 6 days a week at the gym, running the treadmill, hitting the weights. After I lost all the weights, the whole process for me before I actually started to see that, oh, the chest is coming in, the shoulders were coming in, is I think about 9 months at the gym. And I looked at myself in the mirror after a workout, and I looked and I paused and I was like, oh my God.
Is that me?
It's happening.
Yeah. It really does.
It takes time.
Yeah, and I would say if you're really going to lose, I would focus on one goal at once, because it's really easy to do what they call dirty bulk. Is like, if you're trying to lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, it's actually a little contradictory. So I would definitely recommend, if you're overweight, drop it. Like I did hardcore hit this jump rope program thing. It's just savage, like a hybrid hit jump rope cardio calisthenics kind of thing. And I worked my way up to like 40-minute programs, and they're just savage. I'm talking like 600 calories when you're done. You're just like a puddle underneath you. Your clothes are ruined. They have to get washed.
or thrown away.
or thrown away, just burn them, it's like it's
Yeah.
disposable. But I did that, like I said, and like you said, it took about 3 months for me to shred down. And then I looked at my mirror, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm a scrawny little stick now. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then me and my dumb self, I bought clothes. Mistake.
Hey, yikes.
Then I did the opposite. Like then I started doing the weights, and I'm like, ah, crap, nothing fits anymore.
Yeah. 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 So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are gonna want to be healthy this year. So that's definitely something I think that you and I we're both quite passionate about.
Yeah.
And so just focus on one thing at a time. Like,
Yeah.
focus on peeling back the fat first, get lean, and then build lean muscle. Right. The worst thing you can do is a lot of gyms and a lot of the personal trainers, nothing against them, but they come and talk to you and say like, hey, you're kind of a heavy set guy, why don't you just start building the muscle now? Yeah, you'll look jacked by the end of it, but you won't be very defined.
Yeah.
Right. You'll just be like just big.
It'd be big and
You know?
strong.
Yeah, you'll be big and strong.
Totally.
But like but then like the bigger you get with muscle, right, before you cut the fat down, it will be very hard for you to then later peel fat off of that huge size that you carry.
Because you're going to end up losing muscle at the same time. And that's the reason why. So when you start to do your cutting, which is losing fat, like we call it cutting. So basically you're losing weight, right? You need to lose weight. So you're going to be basically, here's what your calories you need to eat each day. You're going to eat below that, right? Or you're going to work out. You're going to do what you can to keep your calories below what your maintenance calorie. And that you can easily, MyFitnessPal, there's like calculators on the web. You can find what your calories should be based on height, what your weight is now, what your fitness level is now. But yeah, you can do that. But when you start doing that, it's really hard to drop that weight without losing muscle mass at the same time. Mm-hmm. And that's the big challenge. So you're going to spend all the time in the gym building. You're like, yes. And then you're going to lose weight. Okay, now I'm going to go cut. I want to see my six pack. I want to see like the definition. I want to see veins popping out of my arms, right? And you want to go do that, and you're going to lose muscle. And so when you get done, you're going to be like, well, what just happened? So it's like, it's counterproductive. That's why I say lose first. Start with a lower body fat percentage and then build up. And then you're going to be building up the whole time, seeing those veins from the beginning. You're going to see the cut from the beginning. You're going to be like, as soon as those abs start popping out, you'll be like, yeah, you're going to be excited, And that's, I think, for me, way more motivating. I'm glad I followed good advice and did that myself. So, but yeah, Mark, exactly right. Like the gym's like, let's get you into the weights. Can you lose weight doing weights only? Absolutely. Can you do it and gain proper muscle while you lose fat? It's really difficult to balance. I mean, you've got to be like counting every one of your macros. And I'm not even going to get into what macros are. You got to like basically count every little bit of every fat, carbohydrate and calorie and everything and protein and all your food. And if you balance that perfect with the magic formula, then you can do it. But that's way too much if you want to start. Way too much.
Just start small, start with an everyday go run 30 minutes, right? Just go run through or like go for like a brisk walk
or
where you can work up
take
a
a
sweat.
beginner spin class do a cardio kickboxing thing or do download, like open up YouTube and type in like 30-minute low intensity cardio workout. Yeah. And and they'll like just type those words in and you'll just, they'll have you moving and doing some jumping jacks and like just push-ups and some stuff like that. Just do that. Just move for half an hour.
Yep. Download a podcast, listen to a podcast that's about an hour. Hey, us just run 30 minutes in one direction and then run back. And by the time you finish, when the podcast is done, then you're good.
Yep.
Keeps your mind off of things, right? It just lets your run be less boring.
Yeah. For what I did, if you want to know, I use something called cross rope. And no, it's not CrossFit. It's weird. And it's this set of interchangeable handles and weighted jump ropes. That's how I lost my weight. It was really easy for me. I just went to the park. It's an app combination with the ropes. You buy the ropes and you pay a little bit for the app. There's a free version of the app, so you can get it done. It just doesn't save your favorites. So basically, if you have a favorite, it kind of rolls off after about like 2 weeks. They're always giving you new ones. And I did that. I started off and like after 10 minutes, I was dying. I was like, that's all I could do is like 10-minute programs. And I got to the 15-minute program and I got up to like the 35, like advanced high intensity, go nuts program. And some of these, like one's like a 1 kilo jump rope.
Hmm.
And it doesn't
Wow.
sound like much, but when you're whipping around a 1 kilo rope and trying to jump full speed, it's savage, man.
Oh man.
The whole set's a couple $100. It's not cheap,
Yikes.
but you have like everything from like a quarter pound up to a 2 pound rope.
2 pound rope?
2 pound rope, dude. It's like this
What?
freaking big around. The rope itself.
What?
You use the same handles. They clip on and off. They have like little clips, and it's patented, so there's like no knockoff version. It's awesome, man. It's freaking awesome. But it's like two hundred
Oh
and thirty
man.
ish dollars for the whole set. But I will absolutely say I drew like shredded weight, and if you want to do it in the shortest amount of time, just go up and do that. Do swimming if you can do high intensity swimming. Not a lot of people like that. Or I would do spin bike. Those are going to give you the most like just intense. But I like the app because like once you hit the play button on the app, it's like, hey, you're on this ride for 15 minutes. So you kind of feel like a loser if you don't finish.
Yeah.
That's why I like the apps. Then, and the way this jump rope thing works is you do something for like 30 seconds, and then you
Yep.
rest for 30 seconds. It's all high intensity.
Hmm.
It's really great. It absolutely 100% that and eating healthy in 3 months. I lost like almost 18 pounds or something like that.
Oh yeah. It's possible, especially so many of you guys listening. Some of you are younger than us, so it'll be much easier for you than it was for us. So don't worry.
Yep.
Sounds daunting, but it's not that bad.
Yep.
So
How
moving
we
on.
like this became the workout episode.
It did.
Oh, and I need some tips from you, brother. Like, I wish I was with you because I need I need someone to spot. I need somebody to check my form. Like, I'm never done a deadlift in my life. I've never done
Oh,
a full
man.
bar squat. Like, I need someone to like
I know.
coach me.
Man, if we could travel, I swear I'd be there.
I know, right?
Yeah, I would definitely. Oh man. So what's next for Hop Dog? I guess it's for you and I. What's next on our horizon? I mean, other than the obvious that we just
Well,
talked about.
For me, for my goals for my business, this year it's incredibly attainable. I want to have a 7-figure company. That's my stretch goal for the end of the year. I'm like laser focused on a I'm gonna say US dollars, 7 figures, company by the end of 2022. That's my goal, and I kind of want on my personal channel. It's going to change a little bit. I'm going to be
Yeah.
changing the format a little bit, still staying true to what I did on my channel, which is, you guys know, Airsoftology. I'm debating if I'm going to hold on to the name or adjust the name or something. But with that said, advice, help, I want to stick with that, but I also want at the same time want to be sharing my journey. And it may not be there, it may be here. It might be on Hopped Up. This may be the place I put where I share my journey. In a weekly format or something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Like, do I keep them separate? But I have to, make a decision. It's the first of the year now, so I got to start pumping out content. The last half of last year, it's been content desert for me,
Right.
Because my life has just been absolutely nuts building a company from scratch.
Yeah.
But now it's time to get back on that video train. So yeah, that's really my number one focus and the journey to 7 figures. I kind of want to share it. I know a lot of companies and people in this industry don't like to talk about what they do, talk about the money side, all that. Look, I think it's cool to be transparent, right?
Yeah.
And just share it. And you're gonna see my wins, or you're gonna see my losses. You're gonna see my mistakes, and hopefully what I learned from them. I know for a fact I will be making some good decisions and some really, like, in hindsight, mistakes along the way, and we'll do it together.
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
But yeah, that's really it for me. So for Hopped Up, it might be here, right? But I don't know. Is
Yeah.
Hopped Up that? Is Hopped Up food? I've been kind of getting the itch to do some food videos.
Yes, do it.
Oh, I know. It's
Yeah,
like
I think-
I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, that's kind of like the same kind of direction that I want to do this year as well. Like, I feel like last year I've got some personal things out of the way that I feel like I accomplished. I mean, this year, of course, I want to be able to get back on the Japanese lessons. God bless the girl that was helping me out before. She was kind of tied down in Hong Kong for a little bit because she was a Cathay flight attendant, native Japanese speaker from Japan, but with all the the uncertainty with travel and so on. Like she didn't know when she was here or when she had to fly. So my Japanese teacher, I think she went back to Japan. So like now I'm kind of like back on the search of like, okay, what am I going to do? Like, all that. So that's probably something that's going to be on the horizon for me that I'm going to be looking at, hopefully getting that done. But yeah, I think this year for me, like I do want to be able to, because you're talking about a little bit of that, a little bit of money put away that I have. Probably want to start getting back into making content again. I want to upgrade the hardware that I have here at home, so I can either bring it to the office with me and I can work on it during lunchtime, because during lunch I have just so much going on with the work computer. Sometimes it's just difficult for me to even cut our own our episodes at the office, and my poor Mac, it's got so many things running at the same time. It's I don't want to burden it down
Mac?
with my office one.
No, whatever you use to edit on.
Oh yeah, the one I have at the office is an older iMac. I think it's about 7 years old. Like it's great for everything else. Like it runs all of our back end programs, everything. All of the chat things that we have to go on with work. Runs Slack, has all of our Google stuff. So that's all of that. Yeah. Oh, the beach episodes long time ago, like on my channel. But yeah, that's when we had when I had a little bit more time to edit. But yeah, that's something that I want to get back into doing. I would love to get back into doing more filming, more just more content on our side, while I can. So get back into some photography, and that's probably going to be my goal for this year.
So for you, it's creative side.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely creative side.
It sounds like both of us are on the same line. Like we got to get back into content creation, right?
Yeah.
In our individual worlds, and where does it live, right? Does it live here? Does it live there? Did we, that's something you and I actually need to have a good talk about. Like, what's the strategy for us? This is the 24th episode under our belt. I mean, that's really good content. We're right now at exactly 150 subs, which is good to get us started. But now we need, I think, more. We have the episode of content with this. But we need more, specials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely do. They definitely do. I think. I mean, that there's a few things on the horizon right now that is perfectly dovetailing into that. There's a few friends that are in the loop on this. Masaki, yourself, Scott. We have some things planned that I think is gonna be really cool. So from my side, how I fit in all of this is, we definitely feel like it's something that will dovetail nicely into at least my contribution creatively, for the channel. And so I think just right now, there's a few things kind of on the edge of happening. I think once those things are confirmed, then this year, in terms of, I think, the content and how it fleshes out and hopped up, I think it'll be like a big step forward.
You're the biggest tease now. Like I was the tease for like months, and now you're the tease.
This is something I think that we've talked about forever.
I know.
So it's okay. I think now is like now it's okay that we can kind of discuss this a little bit, because we talked about how this is gonna we kind of foreshadowed some of this episodes ago, talking about when things open up and we're able to go film. And
all I gotta say is I can't wait for the Japan episode that we're all there in. That is the one I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. God. Like we'll probably film a year's worth of content in like 4 days when we're there, like all together. Like, all right, let's go.
So
It's just
so
nuts.
true. So true. You know what I always thought would be an amazing set to do that live stream? That hotel in Chiba that we stay in, right?
What in Chiba? Oh, was it Appa?
I think
APA?
so. Yeah. That nice long bar.
Yeah, because it's got the bar when you come in. Yeah, it's it's an APA. Yeah, it's the brand new one, like the really tall one, kind of across the highway from that outlet mall.
Yeah, exactly. It's so I always envisioned that we would do an episode there, literally just at that, because something about that bar, it's really clean looking.
Yeah.
It's so clean looking. The lighting is perfect.
It's very we can do like a bar talk episode, because it's the same bar that you have breakfast in the morning as well, right?
Yes. Yes, and it's so clean. It's got that little bit of wood brick on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then they serve you lemon sours where the lemon is the ice.
I know.
Dude,
Can't beat
like
it.
how ingenious is that? So yeah, that's kind of what I have in mind. Oh man, I think we can open it up to what people are talking about in chat.
Yeah, let's try to catch up. Like Stu says he hates working out, so he wants to do gun aesthetics. So I hate working out for working out. I want to focus on exercise, so I'm trying to beat myself up into shape with airsoft, action air, and IDPA training. I know what you mean, but I really think that you will probably, if you want to get competitive, Stu, because I know Stu's into like competitive shooting, like IDPA. It's like
Yeah,
one of his things. If you follow his channel, it's Stu Baca.
yeah,
It's his channel on YouTube. Just Google it. You'll find, type in Stu Baca and you'll find it. He, I will tell you this. I found myself becoming a lot better airsoft player when I got into shape. I know you're like, you want to wag, you're trying, I know you want to wag the dog, but you really, I mean, trust me on this. I know you hate it. You hate it. So just the mindset I would recommend for you is like, okay, I got to live through this 30 minutes of torture, but out of that 30 minutes or 45 minutes of cardio torture or whatever I'm doing, I'm going to be lighter, faster, quicker, stronger. Man, you need to work on those front delts. Like your front and side delts need to be like just like stones. Like just you need to be like just swole
yeah,
here on the front, just like rounded off from to be able to hold up and run through it and draw. I mean, like all the things, man. Bicep workout to draw quicker. All the things you need to do. You need to get your quads firing, get your calf muscles. Like there's so much. Like what
yeah,
you're doing is highly athletic.
yeah, yeah. If anything, you can kind of look at like so. Um, when I've watched Action Air or IPSC or any of that, um, what I would suggest is like they do a lot of footwork. There's a lot of footwork that goes into it. How to eliminate wasted steps,
Mm.
and my goodness, even some of the best shooters here, I've watching their footwork is very painful for me. It's wasted movement, wasted step, and I'm saying this as now the athlete hat. You know, when we play football, how we move is very important. We don't want to waste any step because we want to get to a certain place faster. So kind of going into what Jono said about doing cardio, I would definitely say, Stu, if you can have access to go buy like a ladder, like one of those flexible rope ladders, just do some ladder drills, putting your foot in one and out and in and out, moving your feet so your feet can fire independently of itself. It's a great cardio workout. It helps you with your foot coordination, how to lead with your lead with whatever foot you need in a certain direction, helps with minimizing wasted movements. I think that's really important if you want to be like a more proficient shooter without having to go to the gym all the time, right? So I think that's something you can kind of think about.
Yeah, and I agree too. Like it's the agility training.
Yeah,
You want to do like
it's the
basically
agility drill, man.
D1 agility training, and you
Yeah,
can Google it like beginner D1 agility training, like basically what Mark does for football.
yeah,
Oh, so much. Like you see the guys doing the tires, right? The ladder
yeah.
is the new version of the tires. You
They're
know,
so much fun once you kind of get the hang of the ladder drills and your feet are kind of moving almost by themselves. It's very satisfying,
and you'll
and you
build up all
will.
those little muscles on the
Yep,
side of your ankles
yep,
and stuff that really just aren't developed because we don't use them. You know, like you're gonna
yep,
really build like crazy little tiny muscles, and it'll give you a competitive advantage. Like I said,
yep.
that lose some weight so you can be lighter, so you're easier to move. I remember
Hmm.
watching something with Beckham years and years and years ago. He said he like tried to bulk up. David Beckham, the
Hmm.
football player, soccer is in football, and he said, hey, I had like 10 pounds of muscle because I wanted to bulk up. They asked him why he's always so trim. He goes, but I found myself, I was becoming slow,
Hmm.
and in his sport, they're running like crazy. You got to run, 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 right? It's like a
Yeah.
marathon. And he found that he was like that. And I also, one thing too, from someone back to my history, right? My original sport, I was track and field. So that's what I did. So primarily distance running. And my distance running helped my sprints so much. And I know it
Hmm.
sounds counterproductive, but the ability to be like a good if you're doing sprints, focus on distance cardio. And then do the agility like Mark talked about. The
Yeah.
combination of those, like you'll be amazed at like I don't know why it works that way, but for me at least, it worked that way. That my distance running complemented when I like the coach be like, hey, hey, Jonathan, our hurdler's out. Can you go do the 400
Yeah.
hurdles? I'm like, I see go. I suck at this. He's like, it doesn't matter. We don't have a guy. So either we're going to get a no-show, a forfeit, or you're going to go in there and put last place. And a lot of times I would not be last place, even though I'm like knocking down half the hurdles, on the way. But, you have that stamina. You have that ability. You have the ability to run multiple courses. You're not tired. You have that then you can keep focused. Because like there's so much with the shooting sports. So
Yeah, for sure, Stu. You got this, man.
yeah, man, you got this, dude.
A little bit of cardio, I think, is gonna go a long way. I mean,
hey, by the way, the rec centers here, you can go to the gym and the rec center for like 50 NT for 2 hours. You have no excuse,
that's
man.
cheap,
It's
bro.
like less than $2 a visit to go use the proper gym. They have like ellipticals, they've got like stationary bikes. Get in there, do a stationary bike for half an hour. Put podcast in, put us in, listen to us.
Stu, like again, if running too much is like bad for the like it puts too much pressure on your knees, it does for me because I carry a lot of weight now.
Yeah.
It puts a lot of pressure on my knees. Jump on the elliptical. Set it to the lowest setting, right? And just work yourself as hard as you can. Right? Just go, work on that cardio, right? And then there's programs on the elliptical where there's a weight loss. Just click the weight loss button, and then you just go through the program.
And all the all the equipment they have here is the Western stuff, so it's all like you just hit the English buttons. You don't have to read.
Just hit the button. It's all good, man. Don't worry. You got this, man.
Do it, man. Easy.
Yeah.
It's cheap. No excuse. Like 50 for like 2 hours. It's super cheap.
Yep.
Yeah. So cycling, I would do cycling. Make sure to set just Google real quick if you're not into cycling a lot. Make sure to set your seat height. I know you're a super tall boy. So just make sure that seat height is set right so you're not putting undue stress on those knees. Like you want it as high as you probably can get it, my guess.
Masaki, we may have to have a workout episode in the middle of the Japan episode.
Yes. Oh, that is so true. Hey, though, I thought sushi's healthy till you add butter on top. Never mind.
Sushi's healthy until you start eating all like when your meat and rice kind of equalizes.
Well, yeah, or sushi's healthy until you stack plates this tall, like that photo we have. Oh
God, that's great.
With the all you can eat, like not all you can eat. It wasn't all you. We ate all we could eat. The conveyor belt sushi place. That was awesome.
God, that was great.
Was it Akihabara?
I think so. I think it was
Akihabara. I forget where it was. Yeah, Akihabara somewhere. God, I remember that stack, that tower of like, it's like I have a photo somewhere. Of course, I look like that's back when I weighed 190 something pounds. So
it was great. We're like, whoa, we ate all that.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. So thanks to Masaki for that meal too, by the way.
Yeah, that was fantastic. What else we got? I think Ho Ching Young asked a question. Like, so I want to go do Japanese. Do you have a language that you are looking to?
Mandarin.
True.
What a jungle bohao. I need to work on it. I really do. Mine's my Mandarin needs a little. It's funny. Like I always say, depending on the situation, I'm either really good or really bad. I'm like, huh? I'm either lost or I like totally get the conversation. So
right. So good.
Stu, you're farther than me. Dude, you can freaking read. Don't give me that garbage. You can read. You can read traditional some.
Yeah, Stu, I see you type in Chinese flexing, on Facebook.
Oh yeah, you had to change your accent. I bet, because you like learned him. You were in China when you learned. See, I've learned everything from here. So when I talk to people I know, they're like, "Man, you got a Taiwanese accent." So. Like I do. That's good. I like the fact that people know I have a Taiwanese accent. That means I'm... So, anyway. So what else we got? Let's see. Beach episode. I'm scrolling back through.
Yeah, you may have to scroll there.
I am... Talking about Lucozade.
Oh, that... Yeah. Yeah, it is the OG energy drink here. It's like
Does it have caffeine?
It's like fizzy orange soda. To be honest, I never knew if it had caffeine or not. Like all of the advertising here, right? It's like, oh, it's like, wakes up your brain and wakes you up too. Like I tried it. It does nothing for me.
Let's see. It's
It's like fizzy orange soda. That's really what it is.
with a bunch of sugar in it. Composition. I'm asking Wikipedia, which maybe right, maybe not. Let's see. Ingredients. Somewhat. Let's see. Original were listed as follows from 2013. Water, glucose, blah blah blah. Flavors. Does have caffeine.
Okay.
Let's see. Does it have a listing of how much caffeine?
Glucose. There you go.
Yeah. So glucose and a bunch of some acids like lactic acid, citric acid, blah blah blah. Absorbic acid, the fizzy part, I guess. Artificial
Like
sweeteners. Doesn't sound like it's great.
I don't know, Herman. Like if I had a choice, I'd rather drink Pocari Sweat than that stuff.
So a 380 milliliter bottle of Lucozade contains 46 milligrams of caffeine, about as much as a cup of tea.
Oh, that's why it doesn't help me.
Yeah, 46. Your pre-workout's like, what, 8 times that?
Jesus. Oh my God. You know, sometimes when you have to put these numbers into perspective and you realize this is why I can drink coffee at night and still sleep like a baby.
Your body's like baseline level of caffeine is just like, oh, I got 100 milligrams in me. That's normal.
Yeah. Yeah. I drink coffee in the morning, not because it wakes me up. It's because it's part of a routine.
Yeah. I do every morning too. It's still my
I need to have my bottle of coffee on my way to work. I get to work. I have to have one more coffee before like I'm functional.
I've been trying to cut down to 1 to 2 a day. Been trying to get back to 1 a day because like what I found is I can get that down, or I can actually have my first cup later and later and later in the day. It makes my pre-workout more effective again with the caffeine kick. I found that it's just like I get the other effects like the beta alanine and stuff because I'm only taking the pre-workout on the days I work out, right? So it's just weight stay. But yeah,
what I usually do is I take a month on and a month off. So like I'll take a tub, like I'll use my tub to gauge. So I will finish that tub and then I'll do a month. Basically it's reordering time. So when I reorder and during that period of time that I don't have my pre-workout, I just call it like organically working out. So I just have that month off. And so when it comes, it kicks back in.
Gotcha.
So I'm not
kicks in hard.
I'm not overly numb to the effects.
So like once you like that month off, that first scoops, like you can start smelling color and seeing sound.
Oh
and, like, things are
man.
like just wild.
Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. Like I think prepping for I think what was it? Prepping for IWA 2019. I wanted to look really trim specifically for that, and I think I did. But what happened was going into SHOT Show, I was doing 2 scoops of pre-workout plus like fat burners going into that.
Just smacking the bottle, just dumping it in.
Basically, I was doing
Put
2
a
scoops
water
of
behind
pre-workout. Yeah, going into that plus fat burners going in. So by the time IWA 19 hit, I think I was like 11% body fat.
Ooh, you were shredded.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. All right, what do we got? 100 bliss for the win. Let's see. Looking back. 762, we were talking about the Korean stuff. He's a Korean Indonesian horror, wasn't playing around on their horrors. Also, don't sleep on Thai horror. Dude, some Thai horror films are straight up savage.
I don't know where in my life that I've just stopped finding horror movies scary anymore. I don't know what happened. I think the last time I was genuinely kind of creeped out or scared was Masaki. If you're still in chat, you would know. So there's a Japanese manga called Kintaichi. It's a detective series, and then so they had a live action version with one of the old Japanese boy band idols from Kinky Kids, and then they had one of the original series was called the Seven Mysteries of like this school, like these kids got murdered, and then there was a guy, the villain was wearing a ghost mask, and it was kind of creepy. And there was a scene where he looked directly into the camera, and it looked like it was looking directly at you. And I think that was the last time I was genuinely creeped out or scared about anything like on screen from that moment again. Like every time like people watch The Ring, I was like, it's not that bad. You know, I watch like all this, I'm like, I don't.
Like there's some gruesome moments like when you see like gore and violence. Like it's like, oh, you know, I'm like, oh man, that's pretty bad. But like it's not like, oh, it's
Yeah.
repulsive. It's like, oh, that's gotta hurt. You know, it's kind of that
Yeah,
moment.
you look at it, it's like, ugh, it's
like,
hard to
oh,
watch.
hard to watch.
Ugh.
It's tough. I think
Yeah.
you're right though. I think the last time I was like genuinely like scared from a movie was like when I was a kid watching like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, The
Like,
Exorcist, when I was a kid, when I
oh,
first watched that, I'm like, oh my God. Well, especially growing up in a very religious family, I was like, ugh,
yeah. Oh, that'll
the
get
fear
you.
of God inside of me. Whoa.
The Shining's pretty creepy. That was pretty creepy. You get to see, by the way, the hotel for The Shining's in Colorado. Like that's
Yeah, exactly, Masaki. That's the one I was talking about. The original live action one, I think, was one of the best anime manga to live action adaptations that I've watched ever. And it's still like to this day, I would still sit down. I would still be able to sit down and watch it. I think it's a great series.
yeah. But yeah, Stu's like, yes, The Shining. Like to me, the like I like the movies like when you're done watching them, you're left with like an impact. I think instead of it being scary, it's like you're done and you're just like, oh, you just feel heavy. You're like, oh god, that's a lot. And I think it's not a horror film. It's more of like the real heavy films. What was that
The
one?
ones I quite like lately are like The Nun, like
Oh
that the
yeah.
whole series from the Nun, and then the other one was oh my God, it was on the tip of my tongue.
Is the Nun part of the
Annabelle.
Annabelle series? I think
Yeah,
the Nun
yeah,
and
yeah.
Annabelle are all
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
intertwined.
That whole thing is that whole series, I think is very well done. Like there are some moments in there, like, ooh, that's kind of creepy. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, almost got me there.
Yeah.
But then like, it's pretty good.
Yep. I watched some of the Nun. I watched one of the Nun ones. But yeah.
I
It
think
was like an airplane.
Netflix
All
also
my
did a pretty
flights.
good one. Netflix also did a pretty good one with Hill House. I think that one was also pretty good too. A psychological drama with a little bit of that supernaturalness to it.
I think
I think they did, they're pretty good with
the
that one.
scary thing is you said Hill House. I was thinking it's like all of a sudden made me think of Silent Hill. I think the last time I was genuinely scared is probably playing horror video games.
Oh yeah, that's way
Much
worse
more
than watching.
because you're
Oh, yeah.
invested in your character in that moment, and like they are terrifying at times. I remember
Yeah,
like everything
yeah.
from like Resident Evil, especially the original one, like Silent Hill. There's a lot of really creepy ones.
For me, I don't know about you. So here's the disconnect for me, right? I think like for me, holding onto the controller and playing a horror game is way scarier than VR because I feel like with VR, I know this is not real. Like this does it will not scare me. It's just not real. But like holding it because the anticipation of you about to see your character being torn to shreds by whatever, is a way, I think, suspenseful and psychologically, scary thing than having something on your head that you clearly know this is not real.
Yeah. I agree. I absolutely agree. Like Stu's talking about Resident Evil 2 with the liquor and the two-way mirror. I remember like the demon dogs jumping through the windows in the original Resident Evil. Like that was that scare moment. Like there's so many of those moments like that still are very vivid.
No, Razvan, I've never watched Antichrist, but what along like maybe along those lines, I think my favorite genre of horror is like along the lines of like like religious horror.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are great. Like again, growing up in a very religious household, and like those religious overtone horror themes, I think to me speak louder and than saying, oh, this place is haunted. Ooh,
Yeah.
all right, and like this, there's no relation for me there. But like anything to do with like
Christian,
Catholic
you're talking specifically
Church, yeah,
Christian
Christianity,
religious, or Christianity,
exactly,
yeah.
Protestantism or Catholicism, where something I kind of grew up with. It was like, yeah.
What was that? Like the what was that? It was just on Netflix. I just watched the whole series. Someone went. It was Death Street or whatever. It was 1994. What was it called? What was that called? That show. That was actually a series of 3. What was it called? Death Street. Is that what it is? 1994. What was it? What was that called? Fear Street. Fear Street, 1994. It was on Netflix, and it was a series of 3, and they took place in different time zones or time periods. Sorry, one was in '94, one was like in the 60s, 70s kind of vibe. And then one was way back in the 1600s, 1700s, something like that, or 18, I forget what it was. Really actually quite good. Now, it wasn't like scary, but you know, kind of that hack slash brought me back to the days of like watching like the Friday the 13th films, but now from a different eye. I'm like, oh man, you know, like they a lot of the tropes. So, but it has a lot of the same, like there's like the Christian and like Wiccan, you know, Druidic, you know, elements intertwined in there.
Yeah. I think that's why maybe like Asian scary movies don't really give me that scariness to it. I'm not saying, you know, being half Chinese and living here, right? I just like, it was never something that was so deeply ingrained into me, like maybe like more like a religious kind of Christian upbringing. So maybe like some of the things that they find scary on an Asian context,
right? Because it's very traditional. It's like it's cultural.
There's no context
core. Yeah. Like I'm with you. I think it's like where you're raised. I think there's things, if there was like, you know, things with like Buddhist undertones. You know? It would be like, for somebody who's raised Buddhist, would be like super creepy, right? And for us, I may not get the nuance of what something small means. You know. In it.
Exactly.
But yeah, man.
Wow, this turned into the quick movie podcast.
Yeah, we turned into like working out, resolutions, you know.
Yeah.
Like horror films. So, but I think it's a pretty good place, man. We got to a good stopping spot here for the first one.
Yeah.
Of 2022.
Talking about our New Year's resolutions and getting fit and scary movies. Oh, what a mix.
Yeah. When we wing these things, they just kind of end up these paths. But you know, it's a lot of you guys in chat. Like you really kind of help us drive this thing.
Oh, we definitely want to do a movie and anime and TV series podcast. That's for sure. That's something we talked about, you know, last year in 2021. Just, you know,
maybe that's our next one. Maybe we do something like our favorite shows from the 2021 and what we're looking forward to in 2022.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope I can tell you what sucked in 2021. The Cowboy Bebop live action.
Oh, it's never coming back.
Looking at you, like, I watched the whole thing and
Dude, it was set up to fail from the beginning. Okay, like it was doomed to fail.
Dude, so bad.
I saw their casting and I was like, well, not watching that.
Yep, I did. I suffered through it, and then I had to go palate cleanse by watching the original anime. So
yeah.
Anyway,
well, Ho Ching Young, that is not anime. That the one that starts with the H is art.
Yes, art.
Anyways,
hi art, pinky out art. Anyway, I know what he's getting at. On that note, yes, let's go ahead and wrap this one up.
I know, it's about time.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, man,
thank
another
you guys
good one.
for hanging out.
I expect to see that tree gone.
Yeah, it'll be gone.
Just
next episode.
Saying, like, where is it? That way.
Gone.
That tree.
Yeah,
whatever.
This
direction. Got to point the right direction on camera. That tree.
Yeah. This tree will be gone next week. Don't worry.
The disco ball, Jack Skellington, all those.
Jack's gonna go back up on the entertainment unit, and all of this is gonna be gone.
I'll try to keep my poinsettia alive. We'll see. That's my goal.
We'll see.
We'll try.
Yeah.
So. Oh man, always a good show. Always love having every single one of you in chat. If you watch later, if you're watching this after the fact, love to join you. I know we keep a kind of an oddball time being Monday mornings in the West or Monday afternoons in Europe. But we'd love to have you join us live on this. And of course, you can always find us on replay. We always keep all the episodes up here.
Yep. And thank you for really thank you for watching us too, because we go back and look at viewer counts and how many views that we got, and just to kind of see them grow over time. We know that you guys are going back and watching these, playing in the background when you're folding laundry or washing dishes or whatever. It feels good. It feels like we're doing this not just for us but for you guys too. So it's good.
I know, love it, man. Absolutely love it. As long as you keep watching, we're gonna keep making. That's it.
For sure.
So.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, we'll see you guys next time. And until then, stay hopped up.
Stay hopped up, everybody.